Evening. Getting quite a habit now this evening, isn't it? I've just got back in from work and the Kennedys haven't arrived yet to look at the Allegro suspension. They are on their way. They've had a busy day, but they're on their way. So we may get some bonus footage after all of suspension being repaired. Part 3 maybe, is it now? I don't know. Anyway, let's see what happens. So Ian's arrived and we found the problem straight away. There is a hole in one of the pipes. You wouldn't believe it if you didn't see it with your own eyes, that a leak can manifest itself, then seal itself. I'll explain more later. Okay, so as much as I'd really like to be filming this, I'm obviously wary that Ian, it's already gone 6:30 at night. He's been busy all day. He's trying to fix the pipe now as a favour to me because the pipe isn't actually his problem. It's not the displacer at fault.
You put a compression fitting. Imagine if there's a leak on every clip, you'd have a compression fitting.
Oh God. Where the torch is now, that was basically, I'm talking to this so that I can put it on my channel. That clip that's bent open was holding the pipes, but they rust under there, which is exactly where the problem's been. It's nothing that Ian's done, it's existing problems. His displacers are fine. He's tried to fit a compression joint. We think we might have success, but you know, we'll have to see what happens. If it goes down now, at least we know what the problem is. So I'm pleased Ian's done as good as he can do with rusty pipe work on my car. There you go. Yeah, that's all right. It looks okay. It looks dry as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. At the minute.
I mean, like you say, that's got £300 behind it.
Yeah.
You'd think if it was going to drip. Fingers crossed, hey? Right. Let's,
But it's not going to suddenly deflate, you know.
All right. I'm going to quickly try and talk you through what Ian did, why it's fresh in my mind. The video is going to be very convoluted and mixed up, but I didn't like to interrupt or mess about, ask too many questions. He didn't have to fix this pipe. The service he provides is replacing the displacers. And there's nothing wrong with them as far as we can see. If I can explain before I go underneath, the pipe front to rear connects front to rear displacer left and right hand side depending on which one you're working on. At the minute, if we're looking at it, it's near side front that the leak was from. Whenever Ian's come and checked, he can never find a leak around the displacer or anything like that. But what it is, the metal pipe front to rear is held by bent over metal clips all along the car, and they have basically this piece of rubber tubing around them to stop it chafing. However, the problem with that is, because these cars are only really designed for 15 years and throw away, the pipes on this car are now 42 years old. That rubber pipe's been holding moisture, salt, you know, general debris for all this time. And I honestly wish I was filming, but I wasn't. You wouldn't have believed it if you hadn't seen it. Ian had said to me they can leak, and then all of a sudden, like if you've pricked your finger, they can stop as if it's congealed. And I thought, this can't be true, you know, £300 worth of pressure and then it suddenly stops. But I'm not kidding you. He bent the tab back, flicked the rusty part with a screwdriver, and the fluid flew out like a mist. And then he flicked it again with the screwdriver to sort of almost seal the little hole, and it stopped. You wouldn't believe it if you hadn't seen it. So as I say, what he's done, he's cut the rusty piece of pipe out. He'd only got a centimetre to play with. He's cut it out and he's basically put a compression joint in. Now there's no guarantee on this, quite rightly so, because it's a piece of rusty pipe that he's just thrown a compression joint over, and we are compressing onto existing rust. At the minute, touch wood, it looks like it's holding, and if it goes overnight or it goes over the next few weeks, again, this is nothing that's the fault of Ian and Dawn. It's just rusty pipes, and I'll have to get a new pipe from the club and get it fitted. But I'll show you now, if I can, a bit better what exactly has gone on. At the actual footwell, if you like, from in the car, you'll see the 3 pipes coming up. One of them's obviously a brake pipe to your left. The middle one is petrol pipe, I guess, and the right hand one is the displacer pipe linking front to rear. Where that compression joint is now, there's a metal tab that goes around it. That is where the rubber piece was hiding the hole, and you can clearly see that the angle that is, it's going to catch all the road spray, etc, etc. Now at the minute the car is level. Well, it's not actually level. I said to Ian, stick a bit more in this side, if I'm honest. Driver's side is sitting at 360mm, passenger side sitting at 370. That's my choice at the minute. It basically allows me to see if it does drop, and it drops over a few weeks, maybe at least I'll get a few weeks use out of it. But the plan is now I'm going to dry the floor off completely where we've been working, get my tray underneath it, and then just come and check it in the morning. The pipe looks dry, so fingers crossed, even a temporary fix for 12 months, 18 months, whatever, should be okay. Also, like to mention, Ian brought one of his pumps out. This is a used one that he uses himself. It's, you know, perfectly functional. We've just pumped the car up with it. He's left me this pump with some fluid and fixed the joint for 25 quid. All in, I've given him 30 quid because I felt that was insulting, really, 25 quid. I know the pump's used, but even so, he's been here an hour or more farting around on his back, fixing a problem that isn't his, because he really is an enthusiast. So, you know, anybody that's been knocking the fact that, oh, I wouldn't be happy. No, I wouldn't have been happy if it was his fault, but it's not his fault. And like I say, every time he's come out, he's rectified as much as he can. And he always said to me, if I can't find a fault, I can't fix it. But in fairness to the guy, every time I've asked him, he's been out within the next day or so. And, you know, I like the guy. He's an enthusiast, and I don't think anything that's happened is his fault. So I'm very happy to recommend his work, certainly. Right, so the floor's dry, the tray's dry. Like I say, we'll see what happens when we come out in the morning. We have one Allegro sitting almost level. Like I say, you perhaps can't see. I can tell because I'm looking for it, but the passenger side is slightly higher than the driver's side. I don't think it's going to affect anything. But yeah, there you go. Okay, so we're done. I had enough today, full day at work, and then coming back to this. Although I didn't do a great deal, it's still cleaning up and messing around and whatever. So fingers crossed, all this works. I shall edit this together as a quick video. Don't know how long it'll be, just to get the Agatha one buttoned up. For those that are interested in the Maestro Miranda, since I parked it up on Wednesday when I actually got it home from where it had broken down, I haven't used it and I haven't attempted to start it. The method in my madness there is, if I go to it tomorrow morning, which is Saturday, it'll have sat for, in effect, 3 days. If it fires straight up with no hesitation or whatever, putting the old filter back on would suggest to me that the air leak isn't present, because there is no way a car can sit there sucking in air for 3 days and not pull air in stationary. If that's the case, that it starts first go, I will of course go cautiously test driving around the local area all day Saturday to put some miles on it, because there's no pressure to get to work. If it doesn't start, I will be asking for donations for a gallon of 4-star and a box of Swan Vestas. So until the next video, keep them peeled. Oh wait, that's Shaw Taylor. Catch you later.